should be pretty much good to go at this point. So first I'm gonna share my screen. There we go. So the first thing we're actually going to take a look at is a completed profile from our November virtual fair. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the back end and everything that you need to complete on the back end before addressing anything on the front end. So in terms of the back end, this is the first thing you're going to see as soon as you log into the platform. We'll set you up with access. You'll get an email that says, hey, here's how you log into the back end, right? It's a simple link. You click on it, it goes straight here. You don't have to put in any username, no password, nothing like that. It just goes straight to here. So only share that link with anyone who you want to help you out, build out the platform for your exhibitor profile. So once you come here, first thing you're going to see is a welcome message. Then you're going to see exhibitor instructions and information. Make sure you click on this. Now, the first thing it's going to tell you to do is to print the screen. Some people do, they actually physically like print it off and then scratch items off as you do them, but you can revert back to this anytime, okay? So if you scroll down, you can see that there are some instructions on what you need to do, how to add video to your profile, okay? Attendee data, what you need to know about it, and then how to do like messaging and video calling on the platform itself. Now, most of these instructions are also going to be on the front end, and I'm going to address each one of these points individually kind of like as we go through, okay? But make sure you give this a quick read because it's going to give you a lot of helpful information that you should know while you're going through the fair itself. So first thing you would want to do is you'd want to click on your edit profile. So the edit profile tab allows you to edit your profile, right? And it's updated in real time. So alongside getting your back-end login, you should also get your front-end login, which gives you your username and password on how to access the virtual platform on the front end. So once you make a change on the back end, you can see it reflected on the front end right away. Like it's instantaneous. So if you want to update a grammatical or spelling mistake or whatever it might be in the description, or if you want to change your logo or social media link, it'll be updated automatically for you. So the first thing you'll see here is your organization name. Now, this is not editable. This is something that we set up for you. So this information, I just have St. Norbert College pulled up here, but this information was submitted on your registration form. So when you complete your registration form, just make sure that your organization name is how you want it to appear on the back end and on the front. Now, if you notice that there are any spelling mistakes, please just let us know. It's a quick change for us. Just shoot us an email. We'll update it for you. It'll reflect right away. No problems. Next is your tagline. Tagline is just like your slogan, your school slogan. If you don't have one, input one. Create something that's cool, like something that you know is typically the first thing aside from the image of your exhibitor profile is the first thing that the students are going to see. So make something eye-catching, something engaging. Next is your description of your school. So there is a 5,000 character limit. Unfortunately, this is not an active counter. So as you start typing, that character limit will not go down. So it might be best if you are planning to create a lengthy description to input it into Word, see your character limit, and then transfer it over here. But nobody ever has a 5,000 character limit. Like, that's a lot. Most you should have is maybe like 3 paragraphs worth. So 700 characters, 800 characters, I don't know, 1,000, something like that. So there's no need really for a 5,000 character limit. Simpler is usually better. Okay, so just important pieces of information. After that is your email. The email address is something that should be checked regularly by either you or your team, because ultimately this is where you're going to have an email tab, which I'll go over on the front end. You're going to have an email tab on your exhibitor profile, and if somebody clicks on that, they can email this email. So they're not going to actually the student's not going to physically see the email address. So it may be best to use your personal one, or you can use the generic one like it is here, international@snc.edu, but as long as it's checked regularly, okay? Aside from that, you want to have keywords. Now, these keywords are You've got keywords, which are individual words, and then key phrases, which are a group of keywords that make up a phrase, right? You should separate them by a comma here. And so if you actually scroll over it, you can see that there's a description of what you need to input here. So essentially, you want to keep it specific to the type of school you are, the programs you offer, or your geographic location, and any combination thereof. So imagine it like you are searching, you're a student searching for your university. What would you type in to find yourself? What would you type in to find your university or your college? So use any sort of keywords or key phrases to kind of describe your school. So in this circumstance, Catholic University, Catholic College, Wisconsin, USA, right? Residential campus, academic programs, right? Pre-medicine biology, right? So these sorts of things will describe your actual institution. This is obviously used to navigate and find your school, depending on what the search terms are that the student wants to use to sift through the options to be able to locate your school on the system. After that, you've got your address. Self-explanatory there, city, state, province. Address too can be like a suite number, or obviously in this case a department, which is totally okay. Then you've got your postal or zip code, and obviously your country. So try to actually spell out United States. Try not to use USA. Somebody may interpret USA differently. I don't know, students do all the time, right? So try to actually spell out like United States or Canada or UK, or like the United Kingdom, you see, like United Kingdom, that sort of thing. Next is you've got your phone number, your mobile number. Students never see the mobile number. That's, it's just there for the sake of being there, really. If you keep scrolling down, you can see links. So the links, obviously, it's your website, your Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube channel, and then a meeting, external meeting link. This is the meeting external meeting link is if you want to take things offline. So if, let's say, a student's not available to meet with you at a specific time of our event, that's totally okay. Put in, this is for like Calendly or something like that, where you can schedule a meeting for like next week or the week after that. To meet with the student, talk to the student, or have a follow-up call with the student or their parents or whoever it might be. Now, this YouTube link, I want to discuss this piece because this is for a YouTube video, not for your channel. So everything else here, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, is for your channel directly. But the YouTube video is for a specific video on your channel. So typically what a lot of universities have done in the past is combine all of their promotional videos into one and then import that into your YouTube channel and then copy and paste the link directly on here. And it's very important to follow the formatting. Now this YouTube video can be as long as you want. You can make it 3, 5, 20 hours if you want to. There's really like no limit, but just understand that it plays on loop on your profile. So just make sure that you follow the formatting here, very important. So it's the youtube.com/watch_v equals, and then there's a bunch of numbers and letters after that. Anything else after that should be removed. So if it's not working, that's okay. We actually go through everyone's exhibitor profile before we even launch the event to make sure that your video works, that your profile set up properly. If we're missing a thumbnail or literally anything, we're going to send you an email about it and say, hey, like, are you going to update this? Like, hey, here's what you need to do to update. Can you please send us this? We want to help you with it. So we'll go through all those details before the fair even goes live in case something is missed or bypassed or not working. After that, you just click Save Profile. Next, you want to click on your design. So the design of your actual booth, your profile. So you can see here, you've got your logo, you've got your thumbnail. Thumbnail is like an icon type thing, right? Like you talk to marketing, ask for a thumbnail, or an icon, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. So just upload it here, but you can see here what we recommend in terms of the size of it, and same thing with the banner below that. Now, typically the banner is what shows up at the very top of your profile. So when we go over the front end, I'll show you that in a little bit more detail, but the banner could be you know, your school like it is here, or it could be like a group of students. It could be, I don't know, your football stadium. It could be realistically like whatever you want it to be. So just make sure that it's just within these parameters. Next is your promotional video. So the promotional video goes alongside that YouTube video on the Edit Profile tab, except here you can actually have multiple promotional videos. We typically don't recommend having multiple promotional videos because you're going to have like the videos like YouTube and promotional videos appear at the very bottom of your exhibitor profile, which I'll show you later. But having multiple videos can make your profile appear quite cluttered. So it is better to kind of combine them all, put them on YouTube, and then put the YouTube link under your Edit Profile tab. But if you don't have the YouTube video that you want to use a promotional video, that's completely okay. Just import it here, okay? And then you click Save Design, and then that's pretty much it. Next, you have your assigned tasks. So assigned tasks, these are all the things that you should be getting done. And once they're done, you just click Completed, and the bit of confetti will actually show. Nice, you did it. Good job. Right? So just make sure that you follow the instructions here. If you do need any help, you just shoot us an email or give us a call. We're happy to walk you through it. Or you can watch this video for future reference. But the instructions are here on what you need to do for each one of the tasks. So the keywords, the contact information, your social media links, your designs, right? Logo, thumbnail, banner, promotional video. Next, we're going to do upload files, select filters, that sort of thing, okay? And then once they're done, you just click Done. You click Completed, and you get some confetti, and then your profile's set up. It does not take long to go through this whole thing. If you have all the files ready to go, it'll take you 20 minutes to complete this. Very quick. Next, after you take a look at your assigned task, you want to look at your files. Now, the files are your downloadable PDFs. So you do have to import a name. So once you upload the file, the name of that file does not automatically import into the system. So you've got to name the file on the system. So once you import it onto the system, right? So you want to put like program information for business programs, right? Or business program information, whatever the file's called on your computer, put it in here and just call it business programs, right? If you got something on scholarships, call it scholarships, financing, call it financing options, right? If you have something on your athletics, right? Like upload your athletic PDF and then call it athletic options. Right? Call it whatever you want. You can have as many downloadable files as you would realistically like. Most universities that work with us typically have between 3 to 5, 3 to 6. Just really like the important information that you want students, parents, and guidance counselors to know. And so you can see here, St. Norbert College only has 3, right? So they've got their view book, they've got their international fast facts, and then their international admissions guide, right? Now, after this, you've also got your search filters. So search filters are what students will see, students will use to filter through your, or to filter through the exhibitors to determine who they want to talk to. So you can see here, you would just click off every one of these that apply to you. So as an example, St. Norbert College is a USA colleges and universities, right? They are not UK, they are not European, they're not Canadian, they're US, right? So click off anything that really applies to you. So you see they offer master's and bachelor's degree, that don't offer doctorate, they don't offer high school diplomas, right? They do offer application fee waivers, right? So click off any of these options that apply to you, because on the front end, the students can sort through these different filters to speak to a university that matches their filter requirements. And then next is announcements. This is any important information that we want to share with you. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the exhibitor backend piece. So it's fairly straightforward. Now I'm going to move over to the speaker piece. So speaker piece looks very similar to the exhibiting side of things. So again, with the speaker, that is a separate login or a separate link that you would click. So the exhibiting link is one, the speaking piece is a different login. Goes virtually to the same system, but you cannot access the exhibiting piece from your speaking or speaking from exhibiting. You've got to click on their respective emails that we send you. So from the speaking piece, again, you're going to see your welcome message. Next is you're going to have your speaker instructions and information. Again, here you're going to just read through your instructions, your session information, what you need to do, your how attendee data is handled, and how messaging works with attendees. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on My Profile, and on your profile, you're basically updating all of your information. So this is Carol Feaster. She's one of our clients, actually one of our premium members who works with us from Upper Iowa University. So what you're going to do is you're essentially going to put in all of this information on you specifically, because you are the speaker, not on your institution. So you're going to put in your name, last name. You can put in your location as well if you'd like. This email will automatically be generated by us. So again, it's based on your registration form. Then your title or your position, what organization, institution that you work for, and then a description about you as a speaker. Right? Keep it short. Simple is better. You know, a couple sentences. Doesn't have to be very lengthy. So Carol got a great one here. Then a picture of yourself, right? Because this is what students are going to see on the front end of the actual speaker portal. And then platform for the speaker tab, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. And then on top of this is your contact information. So if you do have a personal website, you can put it here, or if you have a page on your institution's website, you can put that here as well. Then you can also put your organization, right? So in this case, Carol had put the International Admissions Department from Upper Iowa University here, as well as the Twitter page. This can be yours or the school's. It doesn't matter which one is which. And then you've also got your LinkedIn page here as well. Okay, again, this can be the school or it can be yours personally, wherever you'd like the students to click on, and then you just click save. After that, you've got your session information. So the session information tells you which session you're part of and who your colleagues are. So in this case, under Carol's profile, you're going to see she was speaking about financing, scholarships, job opportunities on campus and after graduation. So you can see the date and time of when the actual speaking session was for, and who her colleagues were that were speaking at other institutions. So JC over at Minnesota State and Tatiana over at Felician University were speaking about this as well. And so basically we send you all the details on your speaking session if you registered as a speaker, and then you, if you're a solo speaker, come up with your own topic, all your details provided to us. If you're a group speaker, we introduce you and tell you kind of like how much time you have, all those details really, to just make sure that you're on the right path. After that, you've got these details. Now, this paragraph is edited by us. You can edit it. I wouldn't suggest it because we use, we use this in any marketing that we actually do for your institution and for your speaking session. So try not to change this, because it's great to have synergy from the description that we use here and any marketing that we do in relation to this speaking session. So if you do have any edits, just shoot us a quick email. We'll adjust it accordingly to make sure it's updated on every platform and every marketing avenue that we have. And then pretty much it. You don't really have to change anything on this page. The only exception being maybe if you're a solo speaker, you can update this, but not as a group speaker, because if Carol updates it and doesn't tell JC's not going to know that change was done. And same thing if Tatiana goes in and then changes something else, right? Like it can cause a bunch of confusion. So if you're a group speaker, just try to leave that piece out. But in terms of session title, you can't change this, unfortunately. Next is your assigned tasks. So the assigned tasks we have, again, just like the exhibitor profile, when you complete them, you get a bit of confetti. Boom. Congratulations, good job. So the objective here is to make sure that they're all completed. This one I thought was done, but that's okay. That's okay if it's not. Yeah, so you can actually see that these are all the session files, right? So under assigned tasks, we tell you exactly what you need to update and how to complete the actual session title. So you can see this one's solo only, so no need to do that one. And then session files. So good job, Carol. And it tells you exactly how to update it, what you need to do. So under session files, this one again has to do with your PDFs that you want for your specific session. So any one of the speakers, if you're a group speaker, any one of the speakers can upload session files here. But again, you have to label them, right? So unfortunately, the label that you have on your actual desktop for that file does not translate. So you've got to complete your description or your title of that document here, which, you know, bachelor's degree from Minnesota State, and so on and so forth. You can see one presentation, solutions, scholarships, okay? And then any announcements we have, okay? And that's pretty much it for speaker backend. Very straightforward. Again, if you have all your information, the only big piece here would be your description, right? But I mean, if you've got something that you used, this should take you 10 minutes to complete, maybe, right? So just kind of something to keep in mind here. Now, once your exhibiting piece is done, once your speaker piece is done, now you should really start taking a look at the front end. So this is the front end. This is everything that you can do once you actually log into the platform. So I know some of the people that are on this actual session have used the platform in the past with us from a previous fair. And so there have been a number of updates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the November fair because this one has a lot of completed information. And then I'm also going to go over the December fair as well. So in terms of the November fair, first thing you can see here is the green tab, or green, not tab, sorry, the green glowing orb at the top. This tells you how many attendees are actually online on the platform right now. Then you have the public chat. The public chat, there's several public chats throughout the actual platform. The one on the home page is not specific to any institution, and it is for everyone to contribute to. So if you want to say something quick about your institution, this is exactly where you'd put it, and then every student would be able to see that information right on the home page. Now, the tab over here tells you exactly which attendees are on this specific tab, right, for the home page. There's also backstage info, account information, all that fun stuff. We'll go over, again, all over these details, but for this particular tab tells you exactly how many attendees and which attendees are in this specific public chat. Next, you can see here that you can select different languages. So there's just a few different languages that you can select from, just for students kind of like from around the world who want to have a platform that they are easily able to translate into another language. And so maybe their parents might not speak English very well, so they can adjust the language accordingly. Unfortunately, it's not global, so there's only the main languages that are here, but you know, we are still working on that. Next is you're going to see any notifications. Now the notification, or these are any private notifications. You do not get a notifications for any public chat areas. These are only private messages. So let's say I'm getting some work done, right? I'm on a different page. What this is going to do is there's going to be a visual right at the tab of the browser that says you got a new message, right? And there's a sound component to it. So if you're actually getting some work done, you'll hear a ding, so make sure your volume's on, and that'll prompt you to come back to the platform, right? And then you see any missed notification that you had. That way it's instant. You're not going to wait, you know, a couple hours in between your messages and you're like, oh damn, I missed this notification. No, you'll get a sound notification. There's also a visual notification in the tab of the browser that says you have one new message, right? Then you come here, you click your messages, then you see any new or read messages that you might have missed, okay? Now, once you see that message, you can click on the private chats tab, and then you can see any private chats that you may have here. And these are all your private chats from all the past chats that you might have had. Now, once you actually click on it, unfortunately, I'm logged in as an event admin, so I don't have exhibitor access to this, but let me see if I'm gonna try logging in as my event coordinator because she's an exhibitor for our actual booth. I guess my screen doesn't want to work. Just hang on one second. I'm just going to log out here and see if I can find some. Oh, I guess I don't know her password. That's okay. We're just going to stay on mine. So this is the December fair. In private chats, there actually is a private chat here. Good. So this is the December fair. So on the private chats, you can see that that Michelle and I have been messaging just to make sure that everything works. We can from here join a video call, right? So if Michelle was online, she'd be able to see that I'm trying to chat with her, right? So it goes through all the settings, and then you click join meeting, and then you can instantly start video chatting right from the platform. You don't have to download anything. Student doesn't have to download anything. It's unmoderated. Stay on it as long as you want. If you do experience anything alarming, just shoot us a quick message. But overall, nothing's ever happened on these private chats that's worth mentioning. So nothing exciting other than school. Now, aside from the private chats, like this is a global feature, so it doesn't matter what page you're on, that private chats is going to always be there. Okay. Now, going back to the public chat piece here. So under info sessions, you can see that we have some scheduled speaking sessions ready to go for December. Okay. So it says we'll go live soon. Until then, make sure you're chatting on the left-hand side here. Okay. So this is the public chat. So every speaking session has a public chat that anyone can contribute to. So if I put in a test here as an example, this is to researching, choosing, and transferring between institutions and programs. If I click on study business, that public chat is not available. It's only available for the specific session itself. Okay, so I'm just going to remove that. Now, if I scroll down from here, I can see who the speakers are for this particular session. I can add it to my calendar if I'm not going to, if I'm kind of planning my schedule ahead of time. Attendees can click the plus icon right here, and it adds it to their schedule. That'll allow us to kind of send them like a push notification to remind them to log back onto the platform. And they can click on any of the plus schedule or plus icons to add any of these events onto their schedule. You can see some completed profiles here. No files, unfortunately, not yet. But the December one definitely, or the November one has some completed ones. So I'm just going to go to annual sessions here. If it ever pulls up. Our internet's been a bit slow today. That's okay, we'll just stick with here. All right, so next is the exhibit hall. Under the exhibit hall, you're gonna have your filters, right? So all the universities are listed here, okay? Now you can search using the keywords. These were the searches for the keywords that we had went over on the exhibitor profile. And the filters are those specific search filters that are, again, specific to your institution. So if I click here on any USA, all right? These are all the institutions that are in the USA that are working with us. If I go to associate degree, these are all the ones that offer associate degree. I go to, see if anybody offers doctorate. Oh, offer doctorate. Then aviation. Oh, school offers aviation. Good job, Jacksonville. Now, you did see that Ball State was at the top for almost everything, right? Right now is alphabetical. However, this list randomizes every hour on the platform to give everyone a chance to be at the top. So it always changes, always changes, always changes. Totally random all throughout the entire week. So everyone's going to have a fair share of the leads that are coming into the platform, and that is applicable to every single filter option that is here, right? So it's not going to be the same order, okay? So again, if we look at Ball State, you can see that this is their banner, you know, Together We Fly, which is their tagline. You got their email, website, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You see that Harold here is the contact, so I can actually start a chat with Harold. Hi, Harold. Oh, I actually spelled his name wrong. My apologies. Okay, and then once he's ready to go, if I'm a student, he can say, hey, you want a video chat? Sure, and then we just click video chat and then we're chatting. Like, it's very, very simple. Think of this as like MSN Messenger or Skype, right? Like, very simple, just kind of like built into the platform for you. So no need to download anything. Then Ball State here has a bunch of documents, totally okay, nothing wrong with that. Tells students exactly what it is they're looking for, housing, location, marketing, scholarships. This is great, great stuff. Why Ball State? They included everything. So be as thorough as you want. Then on top of that, you know, they've got their description, then they have their videos. That's it. That's what the profile, that's what everyone's profile should be looking like, right? So you've got Nova Southeastern, they've got their tagline, all their links. You've got Mick here, start a conversation. They've got their downloadable PDFs, their paragraph, as well as their video. So very straightforward. So similar to the homepage and info session, they also have a public chat option. So test 1, 2, 3. Now anybody on the platform, any exhibitor, any student can actually contribute to the public chat area for any university or any public chat. So Aaron over at Oklahoma City can contribute to Nova Southeastern's public chat if he chooses. I wouldn't suggest that because you may end up irritating your colleagues at that institution, right? So just kind of keep any public chat to your specific institution directly, right? Now, anybody at Nova, Mick, or any of his colleagues who are logging in as Mick can contribute to this conversation or can answer any private chats that are available. So we do only allow one booth rep, just because if Mick had a colleague, let's call her Sarah, I don't know, let's call her Sarah. If a student messages Mick, Sarah would not be privy to that conversation. So this is why we want to have one booth rep, but then Mick can share his his login details with Sarah, and she can log in as Mick and then have conversations with any of the students, but be privy to every conversation Nova Southeastern or Mick has had with any student on the platform. So this is why we only want to have one booth rep kind of managing things. I'm just going to delete that message to Mick. And yeah, so basically students use search filters, or they can type in specific keywords based on the keywords that you had entered on your backend. Okay, so the more keywords, obviously, the better it's going to be for students, but they can either search based on keywords, or they can just pick the filters that apply to them. Next is the account. Now, this is the first thing that you should really do once you actually log in, and this just kind of like gives you your profile on the actual platform. So as an exhibitor, you specifically, as the booth rep, do not have any sort of information on here. This is just for your university. And the speaker piece, the speaker backend, is only applicable to the info sessions tab directly, right? So on the account tab right here, this is for who is managing that exhibitor booth. So right, if I click on exhibit profile, you can see that Harold here has completed his account piece. That's, you know, he's got his image, he's got his position there, right? He's got his Twitter and his LinkedIn. So Harold went to the account tab, he completed this information. He's got his institution, he's got his title, his about us. Then you've got your personal image here, your website, Twitter, LinkedIn, your calendar link, and then any sort of notifications that you want here, where you're located, save changes. You can also update your password here as well. But this should be the first thing that you do, so that way you've got a really like a completed profile. Because if we set you up and you do not complete it, you're going to see here, right here, you have a worldwide icon over your face because there was no picture that was selected from your account. So just make sure that you complete your account before you do really like anything on the platform, before the actual event starts. That way students can kind of put like a face to the name. Now, one important thing, if Carmen was online, she would actually have a green circle located around her head. So students can message you even though you're not online, but the key indicator is that green circle. So if you have a green circle located around your icon for you or for any student, that is a key indicator of whether or not that person is online. But it's okay, even if you're not online, you have all the missed notifications that you can see right when you log back onto the platform. Then we have information, and again, all these details are on the back end for the exhibitor portal. But we just kind of gave you a recap of it here. This information is also available for students, so they know how the platform works as well. But overall, it's fairly straightforward. And that's pretty much it, right? So let me see if there's questions. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the session for today. So I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any feedback things that they want to see on future versions of the event platform. We're always open to innovative ideas. Yeah, so if you have any questions on the back end or front end, speaking session, exhibiting session, sponsor session. So as an example here, why Oral Roberts University's logo's up here is because they sponsored the event. So yeah, I'm happy to answer any sort of questions that anybody might have at this particular moment. Wait a minute to give everyone an opportunity to ask questions. Okay. I got some questions. I'm just reading it here. I will have to leave 30 minutes. Sorry, I guess I don't understand this question. It has to do with prizes. Sorry, Maria, I'm not familiar with your question. Would you mind rephrasing it? Yes, you will get a copy of the recording. So we're going to put it on YouTube. We're going to put it on our website. We're also going to send an email about it for anybody who missed the session. You'll also get a link to be able to view it on our YouTube channel or on Facebook or on our website later today. In terms of how many students are currently registered, I don't have access to that right at this particular moment. But right now we're anticipating there should be between 2,500 to 3,000 registered by the end of next week. So, you know, we definitely do our promotions up until the last day of the event. So students are always registering, guidance counselors are always registering, they're always getting their families involved in these things. So there's a lot, a lot that have already been on the platform, but I don't have an exact number because again, it's not, the information's not in front of me. In terms of the lead list, so on the exhibitor backend, under information, and then under exhibitor instructions and information, there's the attendee data section. So this will tell you that right now, the registration system and the virtual event platform are two separate systems and they do not speak to each other yet. The only thing that we are able to transmit between them is their first name, last name, and email. That is it. So we do send you the first name, last name, and email from anybody who stopped by your profile to download anything, to click on a link, to schedule a meeting, to chat with you in any capacity, view a video, anything. We will send you all their username, or sorry, all their first name, last name, and email. Right after the fair is over, you're going to get that in an Excel spreadsheet. If you want to purchase the entire database, you can, which has 22 pieces of data, which would include their birth date, their country, citizenship, program information, languages spoken, any parent information, sports they're interested in, if they want to attend a religious-based institution, like literally everything that's on the registration form, we can share that. But just understand you can't purchase that database unless you are an exhibitor. You have to be an exhibitor for that event in order to purchase the database. And then in terms of the speakers, we do again send you the username, or sorry, the name and email of all students who have registered for your specific session. So you'll get that right after your speaking session's over. You'll get the students who signed up for your session and the ones who registered and attended your session. So you actually, as a speaker, you get two lists. The URL for Twitter. So what is the URL for Twitter? So you could either use your personal URL if it's for your, like if we're talking your account, this would be your personal Twitter link. But if we're talking on the exhibitor backend, we're talking edit profile, there's a Twitter link here. This would be for your institution, right? So your institution versus your personal Twitter link. Okay, so if you have a Twitter link, great. If not, just if your school has one, use that. But any marketing company should be able, or anybody in marketing should be able to give you that Twitter link if you're wondering what it is for your institution. On the days of the fair, where do I position myself in the exhibit hall? It's actually a good question. So typically, you've got to kind of float between a couple of these tabs. So you should be checking out the home page. You should be messaging in here about your institution. So just do like a quick message like, hey, our institution offers scholarships. Hey, our institution has business programs. Hey, our institution's located in Florida, USA. Come join the hot, sunny region. Different things like that. Hey, our school offers online programs for right now during the pandemic. So you should be messaging kind of like in here. Don't overload it, but maybe like one message every so often, every couple of hours would be completely fine for anybody who's on the platform. So you should be messaging here. You should also be messaging in your specific booth directly to just anybody who's kind of like on the platform and clicks on your booth should be able to see a message. So don't just post once on Monday and then just like leave it for the week. You should, actively message on the homepage and actively message in the public chat just to kind of engage anybody who's on the platform. So either one would be great, and then your private chats are always available. Now, because I'm logged in as an event admin, I don't have access at this particular moment to the exhibitor backend, which has access to your booth profile, or sorry, your booth visitors. So you can actually see every attendee who has stopped by your profile. So give me one sec. Let me actually try to log in as an exhibitor through. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pause the screen for 1 second so I can get access to the passwords. Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen again so that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So Michelle is our virtual coordinator, so she's the one who's going to be helping you out a lot of the times. So if I take a look here, there's a booth. So I'm logged in as an exhibitor. This is exactly what everybody sees. So you can see here that there's a booth visitor tab. So this tells you exactly who has stopped by your booth and you can initiate the conversation directly with that student. So you don't have to wait for the student to connect with you via private chat. If you click on booth visitors and you see anybody that's in here, send them a quick message, get them engaged. You notice it right away, boom, chat with them right away. You should get a notification as well for anybody who stops by your profile. So you can see that I sent Michelle an email, asked her to chat. Yeah, but you'll have this booth visitor piece. So you don't have to wait for students to message you. You can actually reach out and direct message them. And then once you do, everything's going to be, any chat's going to be available through the private chats tab. You can see that I tried to join a video call directly with Michelle earlier. Second. Okay, does anybody else have any other questions? Okay. No other questions right now. I got some private messages that I will respond to momentarily. Yeah, if nobody else has any questions, we are pretty much done today. Wait, one more question came in. So all time zones are in Eastern Standard Time. So the question was, or asked us to elaborate the scheduled speaker presentations and for attendees in different time zones. It's all Eastern Standard Time for the upcoming December Global Fair. So attendees will have to adjust their schedule to accommodate this, but based on your time zone, the schedule in the actual platform itself will adjust based on what time it is for you. So if, as an example, this says it's between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. America, Toronto time, right? So if somebody in Pacific time, this will say Pacific time, and it'll say 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., right? So the time automatically adjusts based on whatever time zone you're actually in. Yes, all sessions are actually recorded. All speaking sessions are, so the question was, are the sessions recorded? Yes, they're absolutely recorded. We do put them on our website. We do put them on our YouTube channel. So as an example, if I go to worldwidecollegetours.com and then I click virtual fairs, and then I click speakers, and I scroll down, this is an actual speaking session that happened during our October fair. But if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see all these speaking sessions that we have, so you'll never miss any data. So if a student wanted to join your session but didn't, we will put all of these videos on our YouTube channel, usually within a couple of days after the actual session was recorded. And then we do send out social media notifications about it. We send out emails about the recorded session, so students can continue to view the information on our social media channels, and then you can kind of take this presentation in as the speaker and then promote it for yourself as well on your social media channels. Yeah, I think that might be it. There's no other questions. I'm available to chat. If anyone wants to give me a call today or send us a message, it's just info@worldwidecollegetours.com, or you can call us 416-384-1837. Yeah, I'm available to chat anytime if anybody else has any follow-up questions. But yeah, hopefully we can see on the platform and experiencing some of these. But I'm always happy to kind of give anybody some one-on-one time if they just need a recap on some of these things that we went over today. Okay, I hope everyone has a great day, and I look forward to seeing you all on the platform next week.